This is a short ride through Braeside Park in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Enjoy. So this is Braeside Park in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. It's in the suburb of Braeside, which is down around the southern side of the bay from the city. It's inland about 5 k's from Port Phillip Bay. It was a traditional land of the Boonwurrung people. I think we should acknowledge them. They looked after the place for 60,000 years, a long time. Riding a bike, you can get here from Mordialloc or Mentone or Chelsea Heights or anywhere around, really. There's lots of trails around, as you can see, and parking areas. I'm just rolling around. It's no dogs in here because there's wildlife. Lots of good parking areas. A lot of people go walking early in the morning. There's a little map here I'll come up to and show you that. So that's Braeside Park, and it's got lots of trails around. It's got some lakes which are worth looking at. I used to stop at one of the lakes and have a muesli bar and drink of water. Anyway, I'll go up to the left and show you the picnic areas and the barbecues and so on. There's quite a few kilometres of walking trails and riding trails. It's looked after by Parks and Gardens from Victoria. They do a great job. I believe it was a horse training facility many years ago and was donated to the state of Victoria. As you can see, it's really nice. They do school stuff here as well. I'll go up this way and show you some of the picnic area. A few rabbits around, as you can see. Been a little bit wet this morning because we've had some rain yesterday. Generally it's pretty good. This is one of the, if you decide to come here with your family for a picnic, or if you're visiting from overseas, come over and enjoy the place. We'll go over into there. There's more parking area here. There's heaps of parking, heaps and heaps. If you go into the parkland, there's a bunny going for his life to get away over there. So there's quite a few barbecues around. There's toilet blocks. The barbecues are always in good condition. I'll show you, it's spotless. Without spot they are. There you go, have a look, have a squiz at that. Wouldn't want much cleaner, would you? There's another one over there, and there's another one further over there. They're dotted around the park, so lots of tables for sitting at. If you bring the family over for a barbecue or just a picnic lunch, or you can't bring your animals, which is understandable because it's a parkland. Lots of areas for the kids to play. Lots of slides and walkways and bouncy things and all kinds of stuff. So it's good for the kids. You can let them loose here and not worry about them. There you go. Pretty good. This is the information centre, and it's really quite good, very informative. Tells you lots of stuff about the history of the place. It's certainly worth a good read. You can volunteer here if you want to. These are another one of those markers I was talking about on another video. If you have an emergency, these green emergency markers have a number on them. You ring 000 and quote that number, and they will know precisely where to send emergency services. Good to know. I'll go for a little walk around here. On the left is the toilet block. So there's a few of them scattered around the park for your convenience. This is on the right, it's the information centre. There's a board about some of the animals and birds around Braeside Park. Another green marker there. And, I'm a bit early, so there's nothing open at the moment. So this is the information centre. They have lots of stuff for kids around. As you can see, the bush is very natural, and they leave all the logs and things around for little wigglies and things to get into. I might head down that way. There's another car park just over there near the visitor centre. As you can see, there's no shortage of parking. I'll tell you what, it's the best place at this hour of the morning. It's just nearly 8:30 in the morning, and not a soul around. Quite often in the warm weather there's a lot of people jogging and walking through here, but today it's very quiet. As you can see, there's more picnic tables and barbecues over there, so there's plenty of facilities for everybody. There's drinking fountains. It's a great place. What a view through there with the sun coming up through the trees. Not bad, eh? Not bad. Shelters there in the just like a bit of a rainy day. There's plenty of shelters around. Each picnic area is named, and so if you need to ring friends that are meeting you here and tell them where to go, you can refer to a picnic area and they can ask staff where to find it. As you can see, there are lots of trails and stuff here. You might go through there. All the rabbits and kangaroos have been digging up the ground overnight. This trail is called the Heathland Trail. As you can see, it's all just natural Australian bush, and give you an idea of what Australia was like before Europeans arrived. throughout the park you'll see shelters. These are I'll get off and show you. This was how the Aboriginals made their shelters before Europeans arrived, and they'd cover it with leafy branches to keep the rain would run off, and that's how they lived. More drinking fountains and so on. It can get pretty hot here in the summer, and you've got to be aware that there are a few snakes around in the summer as well. There's none this time of year, but in the summer when I've ridden through here I've seen an odd one. I haven't seen any big ones, but I've seen an odd snake. There you go, so if you come to Australia from overseas or you're coming from interstate, Braeside Park is worth a look. The nearest town is Dingley Village, and there's easy access here from Dandenong, Dingley Village, Cheltenham, Mordialloc, Chelsea, any of those areas. It's fairly central to all of them. So you can bring the kids here and send them for a walk around the bush. Let them see what Australian natural bush is really like. Farlap track. Farlap was a racehorse, of course. Pretty famous one. Back in the 1930s, I think. They're always doing a lot of work on the place, and repairs and new bridges over swampy bits and little creeks and things. Beautiful place to just get back to nature. It's important to leave all the fallen trees and so on. There's more shelters. They each have a green identity marker on them for emergencies. Yeah, leave all the natural trees where they fall. It just gives home for all the little creatures and lizards and everything, you know. It's really good. There's seats dotted around as well, but you can always sit on a log if you need a rest. Beautiful trees here, hundreds of years old. Good to just enjoy the ambience. Beautiful, especially this hour of the morning. Scooter coming. Morning. Seen the bloke before. He's a mad photographer. Got a camera with a massive lens, and he takes pictures of all the birds and ducks and things. Another green marker. As you can see, they're everywhere. You don't have to worry about not being able to contact anybody. So some open paddock land as well. They've got a few cows and things running around, and just sort of keeps it all chicken over. Yeah, so there you go. I'll go around the other side and show you the lake in a minute. I'm just dawdling along, rolling really, just slowly. Lots of hollow trees, the possums in them. So I'm almost down to the Governor Road end. Now I'll just show you the shelter over here. So this is down at the Governor Road end of the Braeside Park. There's another parking area. So you can come in from either end. You can come in from Lower Dandenong Road, or you can come in from Governor Road. Coming up on a nice lake now. Beautiful. Here's my favourite spot to stop and have a bit of a muesli bar and a drink of water while I'm on the ride. I'm going here. See what I mean? It's beautiful. So there's heaps and heaps of ducks, and yeah, it's just really nice here. What a way to start the day, hey? What a way to start the day. So that lake was really nice, wasn't it? Beautiful. There's bird hides around the lake. I'll turn to the left up here a bit and show you one. They do a good job. They describe all the ducks and birds and things that are around the lakes. These tracks are wide enough for fire services vehicles if they need it. Thank God it hasn't burnt down around here, so but you never know in the summer, Melbourne. Down this way is a bird hide. We'll go down here and have a squiz. They do a good job with the bird hides. So it's all just natural bushland. Great. There's a bird hide looking out over the lake. And so I'll go in and have a look. Well, this looks out over the lake, and it's a description of all the different ducks and birds that inhabit here, and some information about birds that migrate too. Some of them come from way overseas, and there's some other animals here. There's echidnas and there's ducks and there's beautiful parrots and so on. There you go. So if you're over this way, come and have a look. There's machinery scattered around the park here and there. Unfortunately, there's no description as to what it is, so you can only guess unless you know a lot more about it than I do. These seem to be some sort of furrowing implement from the old days of the horse and cart. So yeah, they're very interesting to have a look at. Morning. This is the main road right down through the middle of the park. It's only for service vehicles only. You can't drive through here. Good spot for a ride. And you can go out of the park here back onto the trail that follows the freeway down. And and that's where I'll go. So I'll show you some of these artwork on the overpass here. I think it's beautiful. Whoever did them did a beautiful job. I'll walk through and show you the artwork as we go through. Did a brilliant job, didn't they? Wish I could draw like that. It's fabulous. Tiny frogmouth. Possums, natural Australian creatures. So if you come here from overseas, come and have a look at Braeside Park. They did a fabulous job of these paintings, and it acknowledges the local flora and fauna, and it helps to stop some of the graffiti as well. So that was a quick tour of Braeside Park in Braeside, Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. If you come over this way, it's certainly worth a look. Well, I'll finish there because I'm now out of the park. I hope you enjoyed the video, and like my YouTube channel if you feel like it, and have a look at more stuff. I'll be doing more parks throughout Victoria, Melbourne and country towns as time goes by.